Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and please check out my channel for other Z World updates. So the last update about Taste of Fate. Prachi finally signed the divorce papers after drinking the juice that Rhea has already spiked. And Ranbir also drinks the juice that Rhea has spiked. And both Prachi and Ranbir were intoxicated. Let's continue. Ranbir and Prachi were still intoxicated because of the spiked drinks that they drank. Ranbir tells Prachi that she never wrote a love letter to him in the college and asks her to write one now. He gives her pen and asks her to write on the paper. Prachi asks Ranbir to look there and go until she writes. He says she shall write well and he shall not have any problem. He remembers their stay in a rented house and asks her to write lovely Ranbir. Prachi says, how will I write it? She writes lovely Ranbir and write about his three big dreams. One is to marry her, the second is to have the startup, and the third is to become a father. Prachi says all your dreams is fulfilled by one, we got married, your startup started, and your third dream is going to be fulfilled. I am pregnant. You are going to become a father. She finishes writing and gives the letter to Ranbir. Ranbir is about to read it, but Prachi asks him. Ranbir says, I will not read it in front of you. She asks, did you read it? Ranbir says, no. You have hugged me and I am feeling good. She asks him to read it. Ranbir reads the letter that he is going to become a father. He gets emotional and cries happily. Prachi asks if he is not happy. Ranbir says he is very happy and he cannot say anything. Ranbir asks Prachi and says, I am so happy that I am going to become a father. He says, this is the most precious thing of my life and I will not let this letter go away from my life. He keeps the letter in his pocket and says, I will keep it near my heart and also you. He thanks her and hugs her. She asks what happened. Ranbir asks, can I touch the baby? She nods yes and makes him touch her tummy. They get emotional. Ranbir says our baby. Prachi also says our baby. Ranbir says it is a husband's duty to keep his wife happy and says you gave me all the happiness of this world in just 1 second. He asks, can I do one more thing? Can I talk to the baby? Prachi says the baby cannot hear now. Ranbir says, but I can hear his heartbeat. Prachi says yes. Ranbir says, I can feel the baby and says, I, keeping his head near her tummy. He says, I am your dad. Can you feel me? And says, I love you. He then says that the baby asks me to take care of you always and that he loves you a lot. He says he asks me for a promise and says he asks me to love his mother and never to leave her. Ranbir says our baby is smart and he knows that his father loves his mother a lot as his mother fulfilled his father's dream. He says his father can give him just name, but his mother will give him life. Prachi says our baby doesn't know one thing and says he knows that you are his father, but he doesn't know whose husband you are, that you are married to Rhea. Rhea asks Shahana if she saw Prachi. She says she is searching for her. Shahana says you will find her and you will get much one day. Rhea says you wanted to get importance here, but when she did not get it, then how will you get it? Shahana says Prachi will throw you out tomorrow. Rhea says how and says that tomorrow Prachi will be out. Shahana asks Rhea to keep dreaming. Rhea says the dream is fulfilled and says that someone's eyes shall open. She asks, do you want to hear the breaking news? Shahana says she got important message and goes. Rhea thinks that Prachi's divorce will be done. Ranbir says he has heard that expectant mother shall be happy. Prachi says you have married Rhea. Ranbir says I was trapped. Prachi says whatsoever the reasons, why did you marry her? Ranbir says this marriage is not valid as I haven't divorced you. She says I wouldn't have felt bad if you have divorced me, but I felt bad as you have married Rhea. Ranbir asks, will you marry me again? Prachi says I will marry you 100 times as our baby will call us mother and father. He says our baby will call you mother and he will call me uncle. Prachi smiles. Ranbir says we shall get married now and this Mahurat is perfect. Prachi says how can we marry here? Ranbir says we want a witness and opens the balcony door saying the moon will be their witness. He says I have a solution and shows the video in which the priest is solemnizing their wedding. Prachi says how can we take the rounds around the fire? Ranbir says it will be real and asks her to wait there. Ranbir brings a pot and adds paper in it. He takes out the bridal veil etc. and says it was sent from the temple. He asks Prachi to sit down on the chair and applies his favorite bindi to her forehead. He then covers her head with the bridal veil. He says it has Matarani's blessings. He takes the guard badan cloth and ties on her own clothes. Ranbir asks Prachi if she is ready for their marriage. Rhea comes to the window and sees them shockingly. Ranbir gives a hand to Prachi and says, "Let's go. It is the round time." She asks, "Where is the fire?" Ranbir burns the paper, but then they realizes that the fire will not last enough, and Ranbir goes out to get more papers. Rhea comes there and sees Ranbir and Prachi getting married. She tries to go inside, saying, "Stop it." Ranbir asks, "Who is it?" Prachi says it is the enemy of our love, Rhea. Rhea tells Prachi to stop it. "You are not in your senses." Prachi tells Ranbir that Rhea is here to stop our marriage. Ranbir and Prachi both says that no one can break their marriage. Rhea screams, saying, "You are already married to me, Ranbir." Ranbir and Prachi hold each other's hand and started the round. Pallavi, Aliyah, and Grandma hears the mantras from Ranbir's room and rushes to check. Grandma gets happy seeing Ranbir and Prachi getting married again. She blesses them. Pallavi asks Grandma, "You know Ranbir and Rhea are married, right?" Grandma says, "I also know that Prachi is Ranbir's first wife." Shahana says, "But what happened suddenly?" Aliyah tells her to shut up. This marriage should not happen. Shahana says no one can stop them now. They have come very close to each other because of their love. Rhea gets frustrated and says it is not their love. They are drunk. They don't know what they are doing. So this marriage has no meaning. Grandma says, "But we are watching it. We will tell them that they have gotten married." Shahana says, "We saw their love and now we are seeing their marriage." Rhea says Ranbir doesn't love Prachi. Grandma asks, "What do you know about love?" Pallavi tells Aliyah that "I think we need to do something." Aliyah says, "But they have locked themselves in the room." They shouted from outside, but it has no effect on Ranbir and Prachi. The priest declares from the phone that their marriage is completed now. They hug each other. Ranbir opens his room's door. They take Grandma's blessing. Grandma blesses them. Rhea says they need to get them into their senses. Prachi says, "Hey, illegal second wife, shut up. Every time you make ugly faces and you do the ugly talks. What do you mean that we are drunk? In a drunken state, people speak the truth. Just like that, they do the right thing in a drunken state." Prachi says, "Now I have gotten my right back. You have no right to interfere. My husband is mine." Ranbir gives high five and says, "Correct." Ranbir says, "And this is my wife and my room. I will sleep with my wife only." Rhea gets angry. She says to Ranbir, "I will talk to you in the morning because you are drunk right now and you don't know what you are saying." Prachi tells Rhea that you always say rubbish too. Does that mean you are always drunk? Prachi and Ranbir laughs. Rhea gets frustrated and leaves. Now it is Pallavi's turn. Prachi tells her that you don't take me as your daughter-in-law. What blessings should I take from you? I cannot trust you. You may say something now and you may say something else in your heart. It's just too risky, so no blessings from you. Prachi asks Ranbir that he did not feel bad, right? Because she did not take blessings from his mother. Ranbir says not at all. It is better you don't take blessings from her. We did not take permission from her, so no blessings either. Pallavi also lives in anger. Prachi asks, "What about the post-marriage rituals?" Ranbir says it is good. Let's go. Now they look at Rhea. Prachi says, "I will not take any blessings from you because instead of blessings, you will give curse to me." They laugh. Aliyah is angry. Ranbir says to Prachi that her anger is justified because she came for Rhea's reception and she is leaving by saying our marriage. Aliyah leaves. Prachi tells Shahana that you are my only true sister and Oxa. Ranbir tells Shahana that you would have to do the bride sister's ritual, but before that, Ranbir and Prachi fall down on the floor and sleeps. Shahana asks Grandma what will they do tomorrow. Grandma hopes that they remember everything that happened. Shahana asks Grandma what if they don't remember. Grandma gets an idea. She says let's put them on the bed and put some flowers. Then when they wake up and see that, they will think that they had their wedding night. Pallavi comes to her room. Vikram asks, "Why do you look tensed?" Pallavi asks, "How can I be at peace when Prachi is here?" Vikram asks, "You are talking about Ranbir and Prachi's dance? That is okay. That was just a game." Pallavi says, "I am not talking about the dance." She informs Vikram about their marriage in a drunken state. Vikram says, "You are worrying for no reason. Such marriage has no meaning." She says, "I know. Even if they get married in a temple, it will mean nothing because we have the papers with Prachi's signature." Vikram asks, "What papers?" Pallavi tries to change the topic, but Vikram keeps asking. Pallavi says, "I will not be able to tell you because you will judge me. Vikram says I will not, tell me. She says before saying anything, you would have to understand Rhea's point of view. Rhea tricked and got Prachi's signature on a guilt admission papers. Pallavi says Prachi confessed in the written statement that she and Ranbir never got married. The marriage that took place in the temple was fake. Rhea also got Prachi's signature on the divorce papers. I did not want to cheat. I know this is a wrong way, but I did not have any other option. Prachi has come here to stay. Pallavi says to Vikram that you saw what happened in the party today. If it keeps going on like this, then she will spoil our name in the society and we won't have anywhere to go. We need to do something before Prachi succeeds in her plan. He tells her to relax. Why are you explaining so much? Whatever you did is correct. You are a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law, and your supporting Rhea is absolutely justified. Once Prachi leaves from here, everything will be fine. Rhea is angry. Aliyah comes to her and says, calm down. It is just about one night. Prachi's story would end tomorrow morning, and then this house and Ranbir both will be yours. Rhea says if Ranbir is mine, then why did he go to Prachi? Aliyah says Ranbir is drunk. He doesn't know what he is doing. Rhea says I got very angry when I see them together. I don't like it. I am doing all this to win Ranbir, but now I feel that my efforts are going to waste. The other I try to get closer to Ranbir, he goes closer to Prachi again and again. I don't even know whether I will get Ranbir or not. Aliyah says to Rhea that you will get Ranbir when you learn to control your anger. You need to know where to use and where not to use your anger. Prachi said so many things to me too, but I did not say anything to her. No, she asked Rhea, tomorrow you are going to show Prachi the papers. Or am I? Rhea says I will do that by myself. Rhea says as soon as I see Prachi in the morning, I will give her the guilt admission papers and then she will be out of the house. Aliyah asks, you took her signature on the divorce paper too, right? Rhea says yes. Aliyah says then there is nothing to be worried about. No one will know that you made Prachi drink and then you took her signature in a drunken state. Rhea says I am not worried about that. I just cannot see Ranbir with Prachi. Aliyah says after tonight, Ranbir will be yours. Rhea says I have got the guest room ready. You stay here for tonight and go tomorrow after saying Prachi's farewell. Aliyah leaves. Rhea recalls hearing Grandma's plan and smiles, saying, sorry Grandma, I failed your plan. They got married, but they will not be able to do their wedding night together. I put Ranbir and Prachi in a separate room, and tomorrow I will separate them. I don't give away things easily that I get with difficulty. It is time to give back to my sister. Thank you for watching my videos. Please don't forget to like my videos, share it, and please subscribe to this channel for more updates. Thank you.